What happens to a wall when men stop showing up? Not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, missionally, financially, sabbatically. You get the point. What happens when the ones meant to build begin to break? What happens to a generation raised on the idea that masculinity is toxic, yet expected to lead, protect, provide without breaking down? If masculinity is a disease, who is writing the prescription? And if real men are going extinct, who is profiting from their absence? Welcome to the Masculinity Rehab, where the first step is not admitting that you are a problem, it's realizing you are never one to begin with. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the band of survivors. Well, let's not sugarcoat this. We live in a time where manhood is confused, cornered, and caricatured. Masculinity has been reduced to either the monster, aka alpha male, aggressive, loud, abusive, or the mascot, aka the simp man, passive, agreeable, harmless. Both of these are false. Both are fragments. Neither reflect the full image of what it means to be a man. Once upon a time, masculinity meant something. Not just hair on your chest or competition. It meant order, responsibility, discipline, and sacrifice. In ancient Rome, virtus, where we get the word virtue, was the highest compliment for a man. It did not mean nice guy. It meant strength through integrity, moral excellence, leadership, and protection. Fast forward somewhere between the Industrial Revolution and Instagram Reels. Manhood was rebranded as domineering or disposable. In wartime, men were heroes. In peacetime, they become punchlines. In biblical Israel, men were judged not by their ego, but by their obedience to God and their leadership in the home and community. Even Jesus, God in the flesh, walked as a perfect man, bold, holy, compassionate, confrontational when it's necessary, servant-hearted always. Fast forward, we traded swords for screens, we traded courage for cloud, and now masculinity is either mocked or muted. Over the years, data has shown that a man's presence is needed in the family. Testosterone has dropped over 30% in the last 30 years. This is not random. This is what happens when a culture mocks manhood and the system forget their purpose. But if we cancel masculinity, who answers the door when the danger knocks? Who leads the vision in chaos? Who stands not for applause but for responsibility? Identity crisis. The crisis is not cultural, it is spiritual. When the image of manhood is attacked, it's not just about society, it's about God's design. Because masculinity at its best is patterned after the Heavenly Father, who is both fierce and tender, just and merciful, king and servant. Men were never called to dominate or disappear. They were called to build, to cover, war, serve, and love. But if we don't rehab masculinity, we end up with two broken archetypes. The passive man, afraid to speak, afraid to lead, afraid to feel. Or we have the hyper masculine faker, loud, insecure, performative, addicted to power but empty of purpose. So here are 5 pillars that we can reclaim masculinity. Take responsibilities first. Don't wait to be seen, handle your business. Number 2, pick courage, not comfort. Easy won't build you, bravery will. Number 3, use strength to serve. Being strong is not about control, it's about protecting and helping others. Number 4, feel it, face it, finish it. Real men process pain, deal with it, and keep it moving. Number 5 is make impact, not just noise. Likes fade, legacy lasts. We don't rehab men to tame them. We rehab men to return them back to the battlefield with healing in their hands. So what's the answer? It is not found in extremes, it is found in restoration. Here's what we declare. Real men don't run from pain, they run towards purpose. Real men don't ghost their family, they fight for them. Real men cry, then get up, bleed, then build, fall, and then rise again. Masculinity don't need to be rewritten, it needs to be redeemed. You've been through the fire, you've been misunderstood, but you, man of God, are still standing. So we say to every son, every brother, every broken man listening, you're not what the world mocked, you're what God modeled. From Adam to Abraham, from David to Daniel, from Joseph to Jesus. The story of a real man was never perfection, it was purpose through process. Share this with your brothers. Pray over your sons. Remind your father it is not too late. We don't cancel men over here, we call them back to life. You are meant to cover, you are meant to build, you are meant to lead with grace and grit. This is Masculinity Rehab. Not a breakdown, but a build up. Until next time. Until next time, stand tall, speak truth, survive with honor. This is Band of Survivors. Thank you very much.